press conference up there. Yeah, did you go down that way?
You're going to come and get us and take us.
That's what he said.
Are you going to hang around for that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Alright, we got Tommy Watt here from T2T Boxing all the way from Australia. The fight's just over, so we're fresh. Give me your thoughts, man.
Look, I think it was a good performance from Joe Parker. I think we learned a few things about him in that fight. He has the chin that they all said he did. Not sure what the judges were watching. It was a much closer fight than those scorecards would suggest, especially the 119-109. I'm not sure where that came from. We had him marked where we were sitting in the press box. We had him probably losing the fight 7-5. Thought AJ looked strong towards the end. Worked well behind the jab, but he definitely wasn't comfortable. And I think Joe, if he'd let his hands go a bit more, maybe could have done a bit more. He wasn't really allowed to work on the inside from the ref, which I think a lot of people were saying, just here in the crowd, people were saying the same thing. He just wanted to get too involved, the referee, anytime there was any real action on the inside, and that sort of stifled any of Joe's good work that he did. And
yeah.
a few odd moments where he sort of broke them up in the middle of a flurry of punches, wasn't quite sure what was going on there. Need to watch it back on TV, but I think AJ was the right winner, but I think the scorecards were way too wide, and that's not going to do British boxing any good, because they need we need people to come over here and want to fight, and results like that just don't really do the sport justice, and don't do AJ's performance justice. It was a tough fight, and that makes it look like it was easy for him, and it was far away from easy.
Was anyone hurt in this fight?
Yeah, definitely. Look, there was times I think in round 6 where AJ hurt Parker, and immediately Parker threw an overhand right, and AJ dipped, and you could see he was hurt, and fell back a bit. There's a couple of times in the fight where he looked like Parker had caught him, but obviously he was never able to capitalise because he was able to keep away with his size and move around well. So credit to AJ for doing that. He's obviously learned a lot from the Klitschko fight. But Parker's chin, he took some huge shots and just wore them like an absolute animal. So fair play to him and for the work that he's put in, and everything David Higgins was saying about his chin was apparently true.
Why do you think AJ was so reluctant to throw the right hand? Because I mean, he had cut the ring off well, he had him cornered in the ropes. He was doing well, but he just didn't throw that right hand as much.
Yeah, I think he was very wary of what was coming back at him. Particularly early in the fight, you could see he was just working behind the jab. He wasn't throwing combinations, and any time Parker came forward, AJ was out there. As the fight wore on, he was a bit more confident. Obviously, as Parker slows, he was a bit happier to stand in the pocket a little bit more. But yeah, I think he was very wary of what was coming back from Parker, and that was what led to the hesitancy to throw those combinations and throw that right hand.
I know it's not the rules of Marksbury, but do you think that, based on the judges' scorecard, that they awarded it on aggression?
I think they awarded it on the crowd. Every time AJ took a step, the crowd was going crazy in here. 80,000 people. Obviously, it's bound to influence the judges a bit, but the professional boxing judges, it should not have been 119, 109, and 118.
But who was the aggressor in this fight?
I think AJ was the aggressor in the fact that he was the one that was coming forward all the time. I need to see the punch stats, but Parker was hanging in there as far as punches thrown, and he was looking to be aggressive when he could, coming off the counter. There's some great counter punching from both men. For a heavyweight fight, it was quite a technical fight. I think AJ was doing the more stalking, and maybe that plays a part, but I think it's more he's Anthony Joshua. It's 80,000 people, 79,000 of which were cheering his name, and unfortunately that does influence judges.
So AJ had 3 belts on the line, Parker had 1. Did you want Parker to come forward more, be more
towards the end,
do everything more?
Yeah, the last couple of rounds, I had it even going into the 11th, I think, and I wanted to see Parker really go out and leave there, because if I had it even, chances are the judges didn't, which they obviously did not. So I kind of wanted to see him leave a bit more in there after all the work he'd done in the lead up to his fight and all the work he'd done up to that point in the fight. But 10 rounds, he was doing a lot of movement. He was obviously very tired by the end. But yeah, I think that was it. I'd like to have seen a bit more in those final couple of rounds.
What now? what is it like? You know, he's worked so hard to get to this belt.
Parker?
Yeah. What does he do?
Heavyweight division's a weird place right now. So we saw Dylan White and Povetkin agree to fight each other early in the night. Whether that happens, we'll see. Those are two fighters I'd like to see him in against. I think Dylan White and Parker would be a great fight. Where else would you look? Had Lucas Brown not been lost so convincingly last week, we would have said that would have been a good comeback fight for both. I don't see that happening at this point. Although I'm sure Lucas would be happy to take that fight, and I'm sure Parker's team would be as well. But probably not the right fight for Lucas. Parker absolutely did himself justice in that fight, and he will come again. Maybe even Wilder, who knows? He might fancy a crack at Joe Parker.
But do you think it's a risky fight? I mean, to fight Parker when he doesn't really have the belt, like, you know, why would he risk it?
It is a risky fight. Parker's still ranked. He's still a big name. You know, he's the first person to take AJ 12 rounds. So you know, he's done better than Klitschko in that regard. So the Joshua team, you know, paraded Klitschko as their marquee win. I think tonight shows that Parker is easily on that level. So I think he's got options. Fury's on his way back. He's already fought Fury. You know, the camps know each other. I think Fury wins that fight, but it could be an option.
So Parker really truly showed himself today, right? As a top fighter.
Yeah, definitely.
The distance.
I think,
nothing to hang his head down about, right?
No, definitely not. I think you come into this fight, I was of two opinions. It'd either be very early and Joshua would be way too much for Parker and it would be too big a step, or it would go to the very, very end, either a late finish or points, and Parker would prove that he was as tough and had the chin that everyone said he did. And yeah, it was definitely the latter. He came in and equipped himself very well. I don't think he's got anything to be ashamed of. He's been great through the week with everyone. He's equipped himself very well, and he's very well liked here. So I think all in all, he's he can come away with his head held high, and he'll definitely come again. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
Alright, tell me what. Follow him on his YouTube channel.
At T2T Boxing on Twitter and Instagram, or T2T Boxing on YouTube, and obviously get behind Glad Rap and everyone else supporting Australia and New Zealand boxing.
Boom. Thank you, Tommy. Thanks for your time, man. We at the Principality Stadium, underground.
Well, last Saturday we were deflated. Now it's slightly faster.